Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV, and welcome to this post-match review of the Watford versus Man City game. Obviously, Watford 0, City 4, and we've got some guests on. We've got Chris. How are you, mate?
All right, mate. Bit tired of being in the garden all day, but I'm all right.
Oh, have you? Oh, it's a hard life, isn't it? Tom?
Yeah, I'm good. I've just been working today. Just finished a 2-day shift, a 2-day grind. So yeah, it's been good.
Brilliant. And oversunning himself in Tenerife, we're joined by Martin. He's just had to leave his very girly cocktail to join us. So how are you, mate? How's your holiday?
It's not bad. Getting a tan.
It's not bad. Weather good?
Boiling.
Good. That's what we like to hear, especially seeing as though you've gone on holiday. But anyway, we may get Carl in Washington, D.C. joining us at some point. What we're going to do is review the game. But first off, we're going to quickly just run through the lineups. Well, certainly for City, Ederson in net, Walker started, Garcia and Laporte. Cancelo this time played left back. Then we had Rodri holding, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva. We have Foden on the left, Gabby Jesus up front, and Raheem Sterling. Some match stats. Watford 23% possession, City 77%. They had 2 shots, we had 26. They had none on target, we had 10. No corners for them, 8 for us, and 14 fouls for them, and 11 for us. I mean, it was a pretty dominant display. What were your thoughts, Tom, on watching that back?
Well, I thought it was a good game. Just the response that we wanted after the disappointment on Saturday. We needed something like that to bounce back from. We played well all over the pitch. I thought there's people in particular that had good games. Cancelo, Rodri, Sterling. They're the 3 that I'd say that played the best. But yeah, a solid performance, another clean sheet in the Premier League, and that's 18 goals in 3 games against Watford now, which is a great record.
Phenomenal, isn't it? Chris, what were your thoughts, certainly on the first goal, Raheem Sterling's?
Well, I thought as soon as Raz went onto the right-hand side is where he should be playing every game. He looked a different player. Really, really good. I don't think Kyle meant the ball to him, but Raz controlled it lovely and stuck it away like Sergio would. So, yeah, a brilliant, brilliant finish by Raz.
Yeah, there's a little bit of clicking coming from somebody. I don't know who it is, but there's a little bit of clicking in the background. But anyway, Martin, your thoughts on the other goals?
Raz, he's come back like a man possessed, hasn't he?
Yeah. What about penalty?
What a great save by Foster.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Why is KDB not taking it?
He's giving it to Raz to try and go for the
Golden boot.
Yeah. Well, I think that was the plan anyway. But I don't think he's.
And then he got subbed.
Yeah. I think he gave him enough time, and then thought if he would have maybe got a hat trick, or maybe 4, he might have kept him on to see if he could get some more. But he really he's too behind Vardy.
Foden was an easy finish, but he was there, Johnny on the spot. And
could have been another assist that for Kevin if Raz would have put that away.
I know. But he got the assist. He got it for the Laporte.
Yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant free kick. Because on the left, on the right, you might think, oh, Mara's going to have a go and swing this in, but I think there was only going to be one taker of that, and that was KDB wants that assist. He definitely wants one more, which will take him to 20, which will equal. He's on his level with Ozil now, isn't he, on 19, so he needs one more to equal on Rees. So we've got one game to go, Norwich, and then hopefully we can get 2 assists and break another record, which would be phenomenal. Standout player for you today, Chris. Who was it?
Well, I'm the same as Tom. I thought the 3 who really stood out were Rodrigo, Cancelo, and Raz. I'd probably give it to Cancelo, if I'm honest with you. I thought he played really well out of position. Had a great game. Yeah,
he did. He played very well. Still can't cross the ball, but he. I mean, 3 or 4 times I don't know whether he thought the goal was the posts were near the corner flag, but I mean, he overhit 3 simple ones. But I thought the way he attacked players today, I thought was really impressive. I know it's only Watford before people saying anything, but I thought he did really well today.
It is only Watford, but we had
There's
nothing to play for, and Watford had everything to play for, and I thought our intensity was fantastic today.
It was very, very good. Yeah, they do, and they kept winning the ball back, even when they were 3-0, 4-0 up. They were, lost the ball, tracking back. Tom, who was your standout player?
For me, as much as I love Joao, I thought he played well, but for me it was Rodri. Just how he was gliding around the pitch. Sky gave him the man of the match, and I agree with them because he was first with the possession, first with the passes. He was just, if he plays like that every game, then we don't have to worry about the CDM role because he was just class.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at, I think Rodri made 131 passes out of 750. And if you think 131 passes, I think Watford 232 in total. Though the midfield, they didn't. I mean, the first 20 minutes, I think Watford gave them a bit of a game in the midfield, but after that, once we got the first, pretty much one-way traffic, wasn't it? Martin, who stood out for you?
The Sun at the moment. Raz and Rodri. I just want people to give Rodri the accolades that he deserves, because I'm sick of hearing this. He's not good enough. He's too slow. It's his first season, and he's broken how many pass records already? Imagine when he's got a great back four behind him.
Yeah, I think whoever we get as centre backs or a partner for Laporte, I think definitely will assist him. Koulibaly could be. It could be. Just looking at some of the comments on here, Rodri says Lancashire man of the match. Somebody saying the sound's not great. There is a real loud clicking. I don't know what it is, whether there's anything next to your phones or something like that. Rodri was on a different level today, says Kamal. Let's go through the players and give them a player rating quickly before we go, because it is just a quick video there, just to test this new system. So, go around the room. Edison. Go to Chris.
7 for Eddie. Didn't do anything wrong.
7.
Yeah.
Tom?
Yeah, for me, I gave him a 7. Standard performance, really. He got a clean sheet and he made a good save at the end too. So yeah, 7 for Eddie.
Yeah, Martin?
7.
7. I'll give him a 7. Didn't really have much to do. So made that one brilliant save coming out to Welbeck. Moving over to Walker. Chris?
7 again for Kyle. Decent game.
Yeah. People are asking whether Martin's clicking his fingers, whether he's got maracas or something like that, with that clicking in the background. Tom?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I gave Kyle a 7.5 because I thought he played really well. Strong again. It was nice to see him coming up the pitch as well and attacking. So yeah, 7.5 for Kyle.
Martin?
7.5.
7.5. I gave him a 7.5 game today. See, somebody's just said Villa have scored against Arsenal. Unbelievable. So it's all in for tonight. Cancelo then, Chris?
I give him an 8.5. Quite a great game.
8.5. Tom?
Yeah, 8.5 for me. One of his best games for us in a City shirt. And he was unlucky at the end when Gabby was offside because that was a peach of a cross.
Yeah, it was. Martin?
8.5 to a 9, but I'm going to 8.5. But I thought he's really, really good. Proving me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I gave him an 8. I thought he had a good game. His crossing needs to improve, though. I mean, he had 3 great opportunities to put the ball in, over every one of them. But a better game. Best have seen him play in a City shirt, actually. I thought he did well on the left, which is where he might play against Madrid, seeing as though Mendy's not going to be playing. So, on to Laporte. Chris?
Yeah, proper steady game, 7.5. Very steady.
I'm going to just, 1 minute, I'm just going to... 1 second. Well, you gave me 7.5, Chris.
I'll give him an 8, actually, for his goal.
Because he scored, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring Tom in now, see where that clicking comes back. Tom, it's you're the one who's you're clicking. It's coming from your end, Tom, the clicking. What did you give for Laporte? Sorry.
Mate, I gave Laporte an 8 because he scored the goal.
Yeah, an 8. Martin?
I'm giving Tom Wi-Fi a 0.
Yeah, Tom, it's your clicking. Clicking's coming from you, Tom. When we muted it. Okay. You give him an 8 because of the goal. Yeah,
I'm giving Laporte 8.5.
8.5. Thought he had a good game today. He was up, I mean, especially when he was up against Deeney. You know what Deeney's like when he put those big balls up. I mean, he don't half like to throw himself around, and he got quite physical on a few occasions with him. And Deeney's a tough character when you keep popping balls like that into him. I thought he had a great game today, Laporte. I gave him an 8.5 as well. What about young Garcia, Chris?
Yeah, good game today. Yeah, looked very steady, dealt with that physical sort of presence up front. Yeah, I give him an 8 as well. I thought he had a really good game.
Yeah. Let me just see if old Tom might be coming back. Martin, what were your thoughts on Eric Garcia?
An 8.
An 8.
I think he's doing well. If we get everyone we need, this back line's going to be solid.
Yeah. Tom, what about Eric Garcia?
Eric Garcia, I gave him a 7.5.
Shut up.
I gave him.
Alexa. Oh no, I shouldn't have said that. Go on, sorry, Tom.
Yeah, I gave Eric 7.5, just 0.5 lower than Laporte because they both played really well. But obviously, because Laporte got the goal, I gave him an extra 0.5. So yeah, 7.5 for Eric.
Yeah, I thought he was comfortable today. I'd give him a 7.5. Thought he was decent. Moving into midfield, Rodri. Chris?
8.5 for me. Really good game. Really steady.
Very good, wasn't he, today? Passing, brilliant. I know people say it was Watford, but I thought he had a very good game. Martin, what were your thoughts on Rodri?
Well, I just think he's getting better and better. And I think once he's got a top back four in front of him, he will look really good.
Yeah, I do think we'll see him even improve next season with a new centre back for certain. Tom, what were your thoughts on Rodri?
It was just unbelievable. It was everywhere. Like anytime Watford attacked, he was there, ready. Yeah, so I gave Rodri a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
Had a good game. Yeah, I gave him an 8.5. I thought he was very good today. One of his best games, certainly. And like I said, the first 20 minutes or so, they really pressed hard, and thought he coped with it really well. Kevin De Bruyne today, Chris.
Kevin 7. Radar was a little bit off today, but still everywhere. And that tackle he put in right at the death was like, a bit like Ben Stokes yesterday running to the boundary. Just a good example for the whole team. Best player, but still works his socks off. So yeah, I'll give him 7.5, Andy.
Yeah, Martin, Kevin De Bruyne.
An 8 for that assist, and because he's nearly going to break the record.
Yeah, I thought he was a bit sloppy today early on in his passing. Passing was a little bit awry. Thinking, why all of a sudden when we're coming into sort of the Real Madrid game has he sort of lost a bit of form? Well, then he just picked it up again as usual. Tom?
Well, I did have him down as a 7.5 up to the last few minutes when he made that absolutely brilliant tackle when he ran back at that point at 4-0 and made that tackle. So yeah, I gave him an 8 in the end.
Yeah, I gave him an 8. I thought he got better as the game went on, and really sort of dictated everything. He was all over the pitch today. He was swapping over with Raz in the first half. Bernardo Silva, Chris.
A better game today, I thought.
Yeah.
I give him a 7. I think he played out 7.5, 7, something like that. I thought he had a good game. Nice to see him, have a bit more form.
Martin?
7. I still think he needs to improve. He's not the Bernardo that we know. I am a little bit concerned with him, but I'll go into that when we go.
We've just got Carl's coming on. I'll add Carl. And Carl, you just come towards the end, but we're just doing the player ratings. Don't worry, mate. I know that you had a business meeting, but we've just gone through. Do you want to quickly go through your player ratings for? We've gone Everton, Walker, Cancelo. We've done Laporte and Garcia. We've done Rodri. Just done Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo.
Well, if it's okay, just two quick things, and I think I don't want to rehash the ratings again. Just two quick. I thought Cancelo was good on the left back, Andy. I saw some good things from him on the left back. My star player again, Phil Foden and Raheem Sterling. Raheem on the right. Raheem on the right.
Yeah.
Raheem on the right. There's no question, Andy. There's no debate. There's no case to be answered. Play the boy in his natural position, and he will shine. None of this inverted Mahrez crap. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
All right? I was with my wife watching the game, and she said, watch him come on. The first thing he's going to do is cut back on his left foot. That's exactly what he did. Can't have that. It kills our game.
Do you think he should? Do you think really? And the problem being now is, and this is the problem. We saw Phil Foden being on the left and had a really, really good game. Should Mahrez be given a chance on the left?
No, Andy. Play on merit. Play on merit.
No. I'm just saying because I've always said I don't believe a right wing position for Mahrez.
No, Mahrez's best position is that inside right. We've talked about it. You've done a show about it. You've done analysis. It's inside right.
Yeah, it's not going to get that.
Every Mahrez plays, but Raheem on the right. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Okay. Well, we were just talking about Bernardo Silva. I think he sort of got 7s and thereabouts. I'd give him, he looked a bit back to his better form, but didn't do anything special in there. Move over to Phil Foden today. Chris?
I think Phil played really well. I'll give him an 8. I think he played really well.
Yeah, he had a good game today and got a goal as well.
Yeah.
Martin?
Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. We can read them on it. I just noticed. I'm going to give Foden an 8. I mean, I think he's still got a lot to learn, but today he did really well. Took his goal really, really well. But I think there's more to come from him.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, without a shadow of a doubt. Tom?
I think just for a second, I'm going to have to shoot in a minute. I think we need to find a natural position for Phil because every time he plays at the moment, he's in a different position.
Yeah. But that just shows
that's
not always a bad thing because that shows you flexible he is, which means, struggling with injuries, he can fill different positions as well, which for one so young is superb and it is is great certainly for City and Guardiola. Tom?
Yeah, for me, I gave Foden an 8. I thought he put in a really good shift. Nice and strong in the tackles, which was good to see. That's sometimes been the slight negative about Foden. Sometimes he don't get stuck in, but he got stuck in today and then scored a goal as well. So, yeah, 8 for me.
Carl?
Yeah, same. I thought it was electric on the left. Really, really good. Good passing, good movement, good control, energy. And 8 for me.
I thought he was very good. I gave him an 8 as well. Obviously got his goal. And that run that he made when he got pulled down just on the left on the edge of the area was absolute. And Mariappa's he's not and he absolutely blitzed him for pace and a bit of trickery. I thought he was very good today, Foden. Gabby Jesus, Chris.
I give Gabby a 7. He worked socks off, but he would have thought he would have scored today. I imagine. I've got no problems with Gabby, but yeah, he probably disappointed he didn't score.
Martin.
6.
6. Yeah. Why?
He's not a natural striker. He's not a natural striker. Even his goal he scored was offside. That was a thoughts off at them.
Thought he finished it well though.
I know, but it was offside.
Yeah.
He was born offside.
Bit harsh.
I think him and that star the competition of who could be offside at the most.
Yeah, well, he was. Hey, there's somebody who was offside nearly every single time. I'll bring in. I'll unmute Tom. Jesus.
Yeah, I'd give Gabby a 7. He didn't really do much in the attacking assets. He did some in midfield. He dropped back, but the goals that we scored today, penalty. He wasn't. He was always either pushed out onto the left to let Sterling or the right to let Sterling come in. But yeah, like Martin said, a striker's supposed to sort of score goals, so you can sort of see where we're coming from on that. So I can see why he's giving him a 6, but the work ethic that he puts in is just the effort that he puts in supports why I've given him a 7. But obviously, we want to see goals from him because that's what he's there to do.
He certainly is when he plays up front in the striker's role. Like I said, he does work hard, but finishing is not great. He scores a wonder goal last week, and think, oh wow, amazing. And then that one where he tried to chip it over the keeper. You're just thinking. I said to my lads watching it, I said, oh, if that was Aguero, it was over the top of Foster and it was in. Carl, what were your thoughts on Gabby?
Yeah, 6.5 for me, Andy. Guys, I think Gabby just needs to chill out when he's about to take that shot. I think he tries to hurry a bit too much. He's so incensed to score the goal. Just relax, just calm down, and just be natural.
Yeah,
I think that will be better. Remember the goal against Southampton in the Centurion season? He just chilled, chance and scored, no pressure. Just needs to do that for me, and he will get better.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't. You can imagine if Aguero was available for Madrid, he'd definitely start over Gabby without a shadow of a doubt. There's no excuses now. Gabby's had a run.
Yeah.
There's not that excuse anymore with it. But moving on to the right-hand side wizard today, who I thought had a great game, was Raheem Sterling. Chris?
Yeah, 8.5 for Raz. Brilliant. Great seeing him back.
Yeah, two. Obviously, the penalty. I thought the penalty, wonderful save. I mean, how he strong wrist.
Yeah.
Because when you saw it back, he actually went with two hands, but then got his hand up and then big strong wrist. I mean, and he didn't half hit it, but he followed in. Martin?
9. We're suddenly getting the Sterling of old now. He seems to have learned. He's improved. And I pray to God he gets that golden boot.
Yeah, I don't think he will. But I mean, if we look at his stats for this season so far, 48 games, 27 goals, 9 assists. I mean, if that was Sergio, you'd be going, wow. And he's a striker, So fantastic figures, absolutely amazing figures. I'm going to come to.
He's played out of position most of the season as well. So it just shows.
Sorry, what was that, Chris?
I said he's played out of position most of the season.
Yeah.
It just shows you.
Yeah. You imagine how many he would have had on the right and how many he would have had if he did go through that few month spell where he wasn't playing very well. He could easily have had the golden boot already. Tom?
Yeah, he didn't duff any shots in this week, Andy, which was always good, eh? Yeah, so I gave him an 8.5 this week. I thought he was brilliant. And like we said, those stats, and like we said, he had a off sort of patch, and it'd just be scary if he kept that form through the whole season, how many goals and assists he would have had.
Yeah.
It was scary. So, yeah, I gave him an 8.5 because he was definitely up there, like I said, in the top 3.
Okay. Carl?
Yeah, for me, Andy, when he started on the left, it was usual Raheem cutting in and getting blocked. But when he switched to the right, that right alone, I'll give him a 9. I mean, really, really, really good on the right. Just completely different player. The Raheem we remember from the Centurion season, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I gave him a 9, obviously, for his 2 goals. And I thought he worked really hard, looked dangerous. But I agree with you guys, better on the right-hand side, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Just means, does Phil play on the left, or do we push somebody else out there, and transfers that might come in, and where does that leave Foden then? Because if Raz is on the right and Sergio's up front, it means we're options are limited for Phil Foden again. So this is the conundrum. It really, really is. Some subs. Well, we had. All right, Mahrez came on for Sterling on 64 minutes with Zinchenko for Walker. Stones came on 74. I'm not gonna score them 25 minutes or so. It's, I don't know, unless you want to say anything about the subs, Chris. No, he's keeping well quiet on the subs. Martin, oh come on, Martin, I'll have to say something about Mahrez. He loves Mahrez. Come on, Martin.
No, I'm not saying anything about Zinchenko or Stone.
What about Mahrez?
Viva Mahrez. Anyway, right, Andy, guys, I'm going to have to shoot before I'm single.
No problem. Enjoy, mate.
Good
Take
luck.
care.
Enjoy.
Take care.
Okay, Tom, I'll bring you in. I'll unmute you here. So, Tom, anybody?
Yeah. I want to keep it as short as possible. I don't want to start any debate, so I'm going to say they all played very well.
Yeah, I know you just chickened out of that one, Carl.
Stones shop window.
Possibly, yeah, possibly.
Yeah, but Mahrez, usual. I mean, just on the outside, cut back in. He just needs to change, man. That's all. I mean, just be dynamic and it has some variance, some variety. That's all.
Yeah.
A good player just needs to do that.
Yeah, and playing another position, because it's certainly not his position. Well, that sort of brings us to the end of this quick post-match review. I'll just see if there's anybody else got any major comments on here. So Galaxy Apart said, is Aki similar to Stones, or better or worse?
Better.
You think he's better than Stones?
Imagine Stones at Bournemouth.
I mean, I said to the guys yesterday, I said, every time I've seen Ake live at the Etihad, he's been one of the best players on the pitch. And even though we beat Bournemouth, he's been right up there as the best players on the pitch. He was superb in the times we played against Bournemouth. Just the stick for life. Sorry, Chris.
He said he can play left back as well.
Yeah, he can cover there as well. So there is those options. Man City for Life says, I believe Aki is better than Stones, and it will hopefully be one Laporte, 2 Koulibaly, 3 Aki, and 4 Garcia. Let's hope Garcia signs his contract, otherwise it might not. We might get rid of him. Galaxy Apart says, Man City for Life, Alaba for left back as well. That was a good shout. There has been a little bit of talk about Alaba. The good thing with Alaba is he can play left back and he can play centre back, and that does give us the flexibility. But we can play Laporte there. We have seen Laporte play there at left back as well. He's better as a centre back, but Alaba certainly brings flexibility. But I'm not sure whether Alaba really is up for a move to the Premier League, but he's certainly a superb player. Cafe Del Casual says Jesus is a liability. I don't know if he's a liability, but he's certainly he does need to finish better, I think. Stephen Paul Dempster says Aki will be a brilliant buy for 30-odd million quid. I think it would be a decent buy. He's proven. I know people say, yeah, no, but he's gone down with Bournemouth and things like that. He's one man in a team, so he can't do it on his own.
Andy Robertson of Hull, right? Andy Robertson, Maguire went down.
Yeah. Good point. Ake can also play in defensive midfield. Stones is good. Have faith in him, says Kaz Assad. Not English, but homegrown. For Ake, yeah. Demasio says City have offered 58 million for Koulibaly, but Napoli wants 68 million. Yeah, I think I won't worry too much about those figures being bandied around. I think they want 78 million euros. City have offered 65 million euros. I think it's just City will just try and get them for as little as possible. And I think if it came to it, we'd pay the 78 million euros for him. I think I don't think that'll be an issue. I just think City will try and possibly maybe do a part exchange with somebody thrown in there. Maybe John Stones goes to Napoli. That could be get 30 million off the price or something like that. Kamal, 65 million for Koulibaly plus Zinchenko. You're joking, aren't you? That means Koulibaly would cost 80 million pounds sterling.
I'll tell you what, Andy. I'll tell you what. I can't wait for Laporte and Koulibaly.
That's if we get him.
Get him. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, I've always said when we were talking about Koulibaly earlier on in this season, people saying about get Koulibaly, I just said no way for 120 million euros. No chance in a million years. This type of money makes sense. I mean, it's 65 million quid. It does make sense now. Not 120 million. No chance in a million years. I would give Otamendi and Zinchenko to Napoli. Give them away? Let's trade Stones for Koulibaly. What, straight swap? Somehow, I doubt that's going to happen. But anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. That wraps up the post. I just want to say a massive thank you to Tom. Thanks for coming on, Tom.
Cheers, guys. Thank you for watching.
Cheers, buddy. Chris?
Cheers, Andy. Take care, all you Blues.
Yeah, good win tonight, 4-0. Chris, thanks for coming on, mate. I know you're busy. I know you were having meetings and things, but Carl, thanks for coming on, mate.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, guys.
Cheers. Anyway, guys, don't forget, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and give the video a thumbs up. And we'll be back tomorrow or the next day. Take care, and we'll see you soon.